+4 to my, or +5 to my passive wisdom.
You go to the cogwheel, I think. You can edit passive perception in there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm so dumb. Because I was looking through that and I was like, where is it? Yeah, I'm just blind.
It's okay. That's true. I am.
You guys, as the light sort of begins to dim, the bright light burns away the blood and grit staining your clothes. Restorative energies bring your life and muscles back to life, and the glow softens to reveal the interior of a sun-kissed cathedral. How light passes through the scab and into the stained glass windows is a mystery that only magic can answer. You see pillars that line a path from the door to a raised dais carved with celestial runes. Embedded in a stone atop the dais is a glowing longsword. And these are some of the stained glass windows as well on the inside of the cathedral that you can now see.
Just to be certain, did we get the effects of like arrest or something? Is that what we trying to?
Yeah, Bathed in the Light gave you the effects of a long rest.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
And you guys are all clean, showered, fresh as day.
As soon as Lep sees that sword, he starts running.
Sylvie goes after it too.
Lep, you start running up towards the sword. Sylvie, you try to chase after, and some sort of invisible barrier blocks your passage from entering.
Is it because I'm undead?
When you reach near the dais where the sword is embedded, Lep, a translucent image of a woman in her 30s wearing plate armor and bearing a thin scar on her cheek appears before you. She points towards LuLu, who was kind of zooming in behind you, and you guys all see LuLu's eyes turn a pure white, and a whisper fills your ears, and you hear LuLu's voice say, I remember. And a wave of radiant energy erupts from LuLu's body, and in that blinding flash, the ghostly warrior, LuLu, and the citadel disappear. The solace of the cathedral is replaced by pure havoc. Screams of panic and acrid smoke. You are all standing at the edge of a small town of burning cottages. Fields and trees. A broken sign on the ground beside you reveals the settlement's name. It says Idle Glen. You all see shrieking townsfolk running from cackling, snarling demons and gnolls. Can you guys see this new map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
What is this big guy?
I don't know.
There's a dog!
You guys here at the edge of town, can see 6 gnolls that are surrounding you. Just beyond that, you see 6 stretches illuminated by the fires all around. They seem to be clawing at an overturned cart. Just a little beyond that, you can make out, in front of a large statue of an angel, a giant hyena attacking a mastiff, a large black dog, and just barely through the legs of the statue, in the shadows of the smoke, some large creature is banging on the doors of a temple. I would like you to all select your tokens and roll initiative.
Awesome. Quick question. Since we got the effects of a long rest, I don't really... Okay. I want to attune to an item, but we haven't actually taken a long rest, but we're getting the effects. Is that something that is... I really don't know. That's why I'm asking you. If not, perfectly cool. I just don't exactly know. I'm assuming no.
No, it's fine. You could have attuned to something if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just attuning to the sword.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can see that most of these homes have been set fire. The trees are burning. I didn't want to clutter the map with tokens, but there are farm animals and townsfolk that are running through the streets, looking for places to hide, screaming, disappearing between the buildings, as the little town here burns. The smoldering sign at your feet. Lep, you're up.
Okay. Lep is going to... Oh god, this is... okay. He's going to... He's going to use hidden path, and he's just gonna teleport 60 feet.
Ooh.
And he is going... It's a bonus action, and he's going to teleport. So 60 feet. So I think that's right there.
Yeah, it's a pretty big map.
Yeah. I'm kind of eyeballing it. That's... Okay, so he teleports, and then he's going to just move 35 feet as his movement, so... And then he is going to cast... Ooh. He's going to cast Ice Storm at 5th level. On this. That should be... It's 300 feet, so it should be able to be stopped, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Okay, I mean, you said the card is turned over, so I'm assuming whatever is inside it wouldn't get hurt by that, right?
Can does the spell do damage to inanimate objects?
I would it is a... I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fairly
strong magic, you know?
Yeah.
I would give the person underneath maybe advantage on their saving throw.
Okay, yeah. It means a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Okay.
But it's on a 20-foot radius, so don't know if it's gonna get all those guys, but he's gonna try and get as many of those guys as he can.
Your ice storm begins to rain down over the cart, a hail of rocks and hard ice pounding. Rocks kind of splinter the upturned wagon as the creatures are all pummeled with the magic of your spell. Dex saves.
Yeah, DC.
Okay. What was the total damage? 10, 26, 29 total?
Yeah.
All these creatures are bludgeoned to death. The clawing and scraping against the cart ends. A few holes are punched through the cart wagon by rocks and ice.
Oh. Lep yells, I don't know if anyone's in there. If you are, I hope you're okay.
You get,
I didn't mean to damage your cart.
You get no response.
Sorry.
Well. Okay. That's his turn.
Anything else?
No, that's all he can do. Oh god.
Alright. The gnolls all converge on you guys as Lep teleports away. Howling and gnashing. One attacks you, Sylvie, with their spear and misses. Two attack you, Mavathor, with their spears. One of them, 22 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. Bang against your spear as they slam them into you two-handed. They clang against your shield. And 3 against you, Krayley. 13 and 11 and a 22 for 8 piercing.
8 piercing. Okay.
Sylvie.
All right. Okay. So, I think I'm just gonna start stabbing. I'm gonna get the one that attacked me. I'm gonna hit it with Moth Shadow, and then Fang and Offhand. So a 24 and a 10.
24 hits.
Okay, it takes 8 piercing.
Okay. Oh, and let me just... I guess maybe I'll mark these guys real quick.
Oh yeah, and then Sylvia's. Thanks a lot, Lab!
I'm sorry, I tried to save the person. I don't think it worked.
Okay, Krayley.
Rayleigh will draw his bow. Bonus action, activating the bow. And I guess for his action, he's going to release an arrow and make it a seeking arrow. Let me find that real quick. And the creature I'm choosing is... This sounds really evil, but LuLu. I just want to see what happens.
Your arrow flies straight up into the sky, disappearing in a foggy haze 120 feet above you. Make a let me see. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'll use Indomitable now that
Okay.
we've had the effect
Go
of
for
the
it.
long rest.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, even worse.
Oh no!
Even though you're undead, you feel this sort of lashback in your mind, and you take 1 level of exhaustion.
No!
All right.
Oh,
Down at the end of the lane. Anything else you'd like to do, Krayley?
Nope. Nope.
Down at the end of the lane, the Mastiff leaps at the knoll that it's confronted with there, and it leaps up and grabs onto its jugular, and it's just kind of hanging on to the knoll's neck,
Yeah, go puppy!
clomping
go
down.
puppy!
Go puppy!
You see it like violently, ragging it like a dog toy, trying to rip the neck out of the creature.
Yeah!
Yeah,
6.
Leopard's cheering for it.
Mavathor.
Alright. Mamathor is going to cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level. So that's 5d8 damage. Oh wow, oof.
Ooh.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh.
So DC 17 wisdom save.
31 damage.
So good.
15-foot radius, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gnolls are shredded to bits as your spiritual gardens arise. They consume the gnolls. Little pillars of flame as each one dies, leaving the gnolls in little piles of bones at your feet.
Nice. And he'll go ahead and move 30 feet this way. And that's the end of his turn.
You guys see the big knoll at the end of the lane try and grab onto the dog, but the dog's like shaking so violently, trying to rip the throat out of the knoll, that it just holds on tight as the knoll kind of grabs its body, trying to squeeze it and pull it off himself, but he doesn't manage to do it. You can hear pounding and banging beyond the statue as another creature's pounding on the doors of the temple. The doors splinter, and there's shrieking and screams and cries as a creature breaks through into this temple behind the statue. And begins going to town on the humanoids inside. Let's see. Lep, you're up again.
Lep is going to move 35 feet.
Help the doggy!
That's the plan. And then he's going to once again use another one of his hidden paths to move 60 to teleport 60 feet.
Yay! Save
Trying to
the
get
doggy!
As close as he can. how far away is he? Uh, he is going to cast. This didn't work the first time, but maybe, just maybe it'll work the second time. He's gonna cast Ice Storm at 4th level, but he's gonna try and cast it where only the knoll is in its radius. Just kind of casting like a little bit behind him.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please don't hurt the dog.
Yeah, he's like,
Dex save.
yep, DC 17.
Natural 20. Takes half damage, I guess. 11.
Yep.
Because it's pummeled by another ice storm raining down.
Left guys and yells like, fight on someone your own size. Don't kill the dog.
I think maybe your first spell, it put out some of the flames on this house here. Let me delete that one. Okay. Minus 11. And anything else?
That is all he can do.
All right, Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. Sylvie's gonna fly 60 feet with her dash, her cunning action dash. And then guess she can't really go farther than that, can she? I guess that's all she'll do for now.
All right, Krayley.
Some clarifying questions.
Sure.
So, does this feel like the material plane?
Make an insight check.
Exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks, so I have disadvantage.
Yeah, exhaustion's not fun.
No. Oh no.
Oh!
Can I
Go ahead.
use my if I use inspiration, do I reroll both or just the lowest? I can't remember.
Using your inspiration. So, like, technically, rules as written, this is the way inspiration works. You say you're using it, and then you make the roll.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of rules that I've, over time, gotten the habit of being maybe too lenient on, but at the end of the day, especially in campaigns where I'm running with... I'm not necessarily in favor of PCs dying, you know what I mean? I'm looser with stuff like that, so you can just make a new roll.
No, I guess my follow-up question to that is
Everything
whether
here,
I fail this.
everything here certainly feels real to you. Looks, sounds, smells, feels real.
Would Krayley still, despite this roll, I guess is my question, question why the arrow went up?
Yeah, I suppose because you've sort of interacted with whatever's happening right now in a different way than physically with the environment, you can make another insight check.
Okay.
This one can just be a regular insight check. So you have advantage, but it's just a straight roll.
Okay.
You're really trying to figure out what's happening here, and from outside the barrier of the citadel that you weren't allowed to enter, you still saw the woman point at LuLu and her eyes flare up, and then you guys were all sort of transported to this place. And when you shot the arrow, it went up into the sky and disappeared in the fog and smoke. and there was a direct reaction to that, seeking LuLu with your arrow. And you're looking around, and you start to notice that maybe you've experienced something like this before, and you're starting to believe that perhaps you're inside of LuLu's memories once again, like you were back in Mad Maggie's fortress.
Okay. I did a lot of rolling on that turn. Can I?
No, it's you're trying to discover what's going on.
Do you think I can still speak?
You can speak or move, or both. Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want to do
Figuring out the mystery is perhaps an action, making the checks like that, but you can still speak and move. You can speak freely whenever. It's just like when we're in turn speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep speaking to more of on your turn, but
So I'll move my fall movement, which is right where I'm at now, and I will shout. I don't think this is real. This feels like a memory, and I'll leave it at that. I'll shout it as loud as I can.
The dog continues to bite on the mastiff, or on the giant gnoll, digging its
You can do this, Jaws.
chompers in still, as the gnoll sort of
Save the dog.
thrashing around. Mavathor.
Alright. Go ahead and move 30 feet up. And then he says, well, since this technically isn't real, I'll try something out, and he'll take one of the mystery potions.
Jeez, Will, it's coming up.
Roll a d20 for me.
14.
Ooh.
Mavathor, you turn invisible. This will last for 10 minutes. If you take an action or attack or cast a spell, you will be rendered visible until the start of your next round, where you will turn invisible again.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about his spirit guardians? Is it just like a bunch of pimp imps just dancing around nothing?
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of pimp imps now just ravaging through the streets with Mavathor invisible in the center of them, yes.
They have a mind of their own.
And then I'll use my action to dash. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Look at those pimp imps go!
Oh my god.
The giant hyena, it continues to try and wrestle with the mastiff that's just hanging on with its powerful jaw. It doesn't seem to be able to get a good grip as the dog's violently shaking its body, trying to defend its burning town. You can hear screams and cries of pain as some kind of creature is now attacking whoever is inside the temple or the church at the end of the lane. Let's see here. All right. You guys can sort of hear a voice kind of shouting out. She's kind of like, maybe Lep's the only one can hear it since they're the farthest up, but Lep, you can hear a voice coming from inside the church beyond the statue, and of a woman screaming and shouting, saying, "Back, you vile creature!" And there are just more screams of pain and Okay. Top of the turn, Lep.
Oh, do I save the people or do I save the dog?
No, save the dog!
I'm gonna save the dog. And he once again teleports 60 feet, so that is right there, I think. Oh no, sorry. It's okay. There. He teleports and then he's going to run 35 feet. Okay, and this is probably one of the stupidest things he's ever done. He is going to take out Dulci's old sword and then Smiler's old sword and make an attack with it. And we're gonna see how that goes.
Ooh.
16 does hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
Watching.
I think you might get some extra damage, right?
That I think that's with Hex. It
Yeah,
gets 2d8 necrotic with Hex, but yes, it counts Hex.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, you slash the giant hyena for 12.
Oh, this thing actually works. And that's his turn. Like, I'm here to save you, dog.
Sylvie.
Alright, Sylvie's gonna dash again. Okay, it's here? I think that was right. No, I think... There, I think that was 60 feet. Alright, yep, that's my turn.
Okay, Krayley.
Getting there slowly but surely!
I can't remember. Mad Maggie's memory kind of dreamscape thing. Did we get hurt? I think we did.
You did.
Okay.
It was mostly
Krayley.
psychic damage, I think, at some part of the ritual. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because of
Alright,
that.
Krayley will swap weapons to his sword to Flame Tongue. And move his movement of 30 feet. And just keep an eye out, I guess. That's what he's gonna do.
Alright. Keep your eye out. Okay. The dog continues to
Go, doggy, go!
force its
You can do
powerful
this.
bite into the giant hyena for 5 more damage. It clomps down on him for, and the hyena continues to try and get the dog off him. Actually, finally, the hyena knocks the dog off the clamp of its throat, and with its big jaws clamps down on the dog, pushing it into the ground, twisting its neck, and the dog whimpers and goes limp.
Can I cast Silvery Barbs?
Yeah, what's the distance?
Oh, it's 60 feet.
Oh, there's nothing I
Sorry,
can
guys,
do.
I tried.
I don't have anything for reactions, shit.
Mavathor.
I'm gonna dash here.
I haven't been fine.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Hyena turns towards you. Oh wait, what did I do? Why did the... I guess I went out of turn. The hyena... Now the hyena kills the dog. and more people in the temple die as the demon in there is plowing through with tooth and claw. And Lep, you're up.
Oh god. Left is going to. He looks at the dog and it's like, no. And he's gonna channel the dog power with the sword and cast hex on this creature in front of him. He's going to make it affect his strength.
Okay.
And that's his bonus action. And then and he takes 4 necrotic damage. It says. And then as an action, he's going to use his sword and try and attack again.
The blade becomes a dark, flickering black light as you cast hex and you swing it at the creature. Oops, sorry. 12 does hit.
Oh.
I accidentally clicked your damage for you.
It's okay. I mean, we can use yours. That's fine.
Well, 10 or 11 are both enough. You strike the dog down. Go ahead.
The dog?
The hyena.
The hyena.
Okay. I was like, I don't want to.
The hyena. As you strike the hyena down, a chorus of screams rises up as people, sheep, pigs, more livestock, some townfolk try and flee the temple behind the statue and flee to the edges of town as a from the to the north of Ulep, from between these two burning buildings, a demon with the lower body of a serpent and the upper body of a 6-armed gnoll, clutching a wicked sword in each of its hands, comes out. A couple of the townsfolk kind of run past her, and with the arms, they just like carve through with quick slashes, felling townfolk as they try to flee past into the beyond, wherever, beyond the burning buildings and smoke.
Can I still move?
Yeah, you can still move.
Okay, he just goes in front of the dog and pulls his sword, ready to try and protect the corpse.
Lep, you're up. Or, sorry, Krayley, sorry.
Quick question. The statue
Uh-huh.
in front of us.
Yeah?
I know I'm pretty far away.
Sure.
Does the sword look made of stone?
The statue is about 30 feet tall. You can tell that it is made of white marble and is on top of a 2-foot-high raised dais. You can tell it is a depiction of Zariel, an armored, blindfolded angel in a calm, protective stance with her sword drawn and wings unfurled. The sword is also made of stone. The whole statue is stone, yes.
Okay.
There is something carved in the dais. I think Lep is the only one close enough to read. It is in common.
Ooh, I can read that.
It says, Zariel, guardian of Idle Glen, offer prayers to Lathander, and his light will shield thee.
Lathander? Who's that?
So go ahead, Krayley.
Rayleigh will spend his action shouting towards the sky. What is the point of this? What is the point of this memory? And just leave it at that. straight and simple. And that'll be my turn.
Sylvie.
Okay. Sylvie is gonna move 60 feet, do a cunning action dash, and then quick question.
Sure.
I know the hyena is dead. Would I be able to hit the hyena with my bow? Oh wait, no, because there's no area where there's dim light.
Yeah, the center of town here where the statue is pretty illuminated by
Yeah.
flames. There is
Alright,
the only shadow really that you can find is perhaps a narrow area in the back of the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everything else is pretty well illuminated by flames all around the burning houses and trees.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't. Yeah, I think it's still kind of out of reach for me. Alright. Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okay. The six-armed gnoll, with its sword swinging, makes its way to you, Lep. It takes damage. You actually see the statue of Zariel kind of flare with radiant light. A bit of a wave of energy comes off of it, and the gnoll there takes some radiant damage. Gonna make a save for them.
Ooh.
Which they fail, and they take 17 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And then the creature whips its tail at you.
Oh no.
12 to hit,
Oh, that misses.
and then it spins its blades around and swings 6 longswords at you as well.
Oh.
Oh,
The first one rolls a 28 for 15 slashing.
Oh, okay, let me give out my calculator.
The second one rolls a 26 for 17 slashing. As two
Oh,
blades
okay.
stab
okay.
into you.
15 and then
15 and 17.
okay.
The third one is a 17 to hit
That hits.
for 10 slashing.
Okay.
The fourth one is 23 to hit for 11.
That hits.
As 4 blades are now stuck in your body. Another slash, 18 to hit for 13. And
That
the
hit.
final is a 22 to hit for 17 slashing damage. As she spins her blades.
Are you still alive?
Giving you
He went
many cuts.
109 health down to 29 health.
The creature,
Maybe you should move away from her.
The creature
Yeah.
cackles in hyena and Mavathor, you're up.
Alright, I'll go ahead and dash. And then, as his bonus action, summon forth his shadows.
Yes.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
I contemplated having the light of the door of the citadel destroy your nightmare crook, but I thought that would be too unfair. You can't give cool toys to just take them away because you know, of the power creep. It's fine. let's see. Sorry if I'm a little slow. There's a lot happening sort of behind the scenes and on this encounter.
Yeah.
More screams. People try to flee the temple. They continue running into the areas beyond the burning buildings as more of them are slain. You can hear the voice of the woman. No, why? Lathander, please! Shouting desperately for some divine intervention as more of her flock dies. Lep.
Okay, what did the inscription on the dia say?
Oh, sorry. It said, I'll post it in the chat.
Okay.
Zariel, guardian of Idle Glen, offer prayers to Lathander, and his light will shield thee.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so Lep has 6 swords stuck in him.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like you were put in a sword blender, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, oh god, he looks towards this statue of Zariel and he just says, "What the fuck? I thought you were supposed to be a protector for these people. And look what you let this thing do to me. You are an angel."
Make a wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw.
Okay. At least, hey, wisdom's my highest stat. That's something.
You curse the statue of Zariel. You feel a slight pressure on your mind, but there is no effect. You take no exhaustion.
It's like, come down here and do something for these people.
And it's still your turn.
Yeah, and he's going to use his bonus action to recast Hex onto this creature in front of him. So it will take 10 necrotic damage, and it will affect their, let's say, strength
Okay,
again.
sure.
And then as his action, he's not gonna be able to do enough heal into himself, so oh god, it's so stupid. He's just gonna try and attack with his sword again.
You always end up right next to the most dangerous thing.
We'll get second character death, the exact same way. That's the first one.
22 hits.
History is gonna repeat it.
Let me double check something here real quick. All right, the creature is going to use its reaction to parry. All 6 of its blades fold in, creating sort of a sword barrier, and you strike against her, bouncing off of the swords as she raises her armor class to 23.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, that's all he can do. And he just looks at the statue of Zariel with just disgust.
Kralee?
Rayleigh will move his full movement, so 30, and then Thunderstep, which I believe was, just double checking here, 90 feet. Measure that out real quick. There. Should have done this ahead of time. Okay, here. And just shout, I guess. How do we get out of this? And that'll be my turn.
Sylvie.
Right. Getting some fancy spells. Alright, so I'm gonna fly and then do cunning action dash again. And now I can finally attack. So I'm going to cast Synaptic Static. It's a DC 17 intelligence save. If she saves, she gets half damage. Otherwise, she takes 34 psychic damage. And if she fails, she has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, she needs to subtract a d6 from all of her attack rolls and ability checks and constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. And then she can repeat the saving throw at the end of her turn.
That's good.
She takes 17 psychic damage
Oh,
as she rolls a natural 20 on her save.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, you could. Oh, no, you couldn't.
I don't think I could do silvery barbs on my turn.
Well, it's a reaction. I mean,
But it's a level
Could
spell.
I? Oh yeah,
Oh.
it is a spell,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a good level spell.
I've been sort of. It's not something I've ever really done before, but I've ran mostly modules with a splash of more open adventures here and there, and I was thinking about homebrewing a little bit of a world and how I would change some of the rules. So maybe in that homebrew you might be able to cast 2-leveled spells, but not here. The creature. Anything else, Sylvie?
No, that'll be your turn.
Right. They whip you with their tail, Lep, for 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
No.
They
Well.
stab down at you with their sword. Once for 16 slashing, 28 to hit.
He is down.
Can I silvery barbs now?
Sure. You can.
Okay, I silvery barbs.
There's 5 more attacks after this one. They'll re-roll.
Okay.
They re-roll a 26 to hit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Must be a
He's
bug.
down.
I'm sorry, Lap.
It's
I
okay.
tried. I
The,
did kind of forget that she has 6 attacks.
The knoll, as it slashes Lep, they fall. His sword kind of clatters beside him on the stone. It looks up at you, Sylvie, and then drives all 5 of its other blades into Lep's body.
History has repeated itself. Fuck.
Don't leave, Lep. Mabathor?
Alright. So you said most of this area is illuminated, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll start off by moving.
Oh, I did forget to do the damage from the statue. Let me do that real quick.
Okay.
She fails, and I can't remember what I rolled. It was 48. 48. 20 more radiant damage she takes.
So can you make out the inscription on the base of the statue?
You can.
Alright, he'll try to think if he can remember any prayers to Lathander that he might have overheard.
Yeah, you can make a religion check, or you can just sort of improvise one.
I think for a second. Okay, yeah, he'll improvise one and say, Lathander, Morning Lord, bring your radiant dawn upon this, blighted land. Let these demons face your wrath.
You hear a oddly familiar voice in the back of your mind that says, "Come on, Mavathor. Prayers have to come from the heart." And it is the voice of Dolos. Nothing happens.
Yeah. You're towards. That's funny. I could have sworn you didn't have a heart. Alright, yeah, yikes. He'll... Yeah, he'll try and use divine intervention, to ask Asmodeus to smite this, this demon.
Ah. Roll that percentile die. Ooh. A crack breaks the stone underneath her, and the ground sort of opens up, and with like a hyena-like yipping, she falls into it, disappearing into the ground, the earth.
Sylvie goes, "Ha! Take that!"
He kind of looks over and says, Lep is dead.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad.
Oh, you're already over it? I understand it completely.
To be fair, he was really mean to me.
Coming out of the shadows of these two buildings to the north where that demon appeared, you guys see 5 guardsmen lumbering forward out of the smoke. They are wielding spears, and as they advance down, you can tell that they are splattered head to toe with black ichor, gazing at you over there, Sylvie and Mavathor, with... Well, I guess they can't see you because you're invisible, but gazing at you, Sylvie, with hunger in their eyes.
Oh. Hi.
There are more screams from the church as townsfolk are slain. And Sylvie, you're up.
Alright. Okay, well. There's nothing I can really do to help. So. I guess I'm just gonna keep going by the big guy over there. 60 feet. We'll dash again. Where's the... There it is. Okay. Alright. Mm, I think she. Wait, hold on. Just gonna double check. Okay, yeah, she's gonna lose an arrow. Mm. Is it 23 hit?
23 does hit.
Okay, takes 9 piercing.
Who are you firing at?
The demon over here
Oh, in the church?
in the church, yeah.
Alright.
And then that's my turn.
Krayley.
Rayleigh will do what he did last time, moving his full 30 and then thunderstepping. Which would put him right here for the 120 feet. And then as soon as he thundersteps, he's just getting his bearings, I guess, just looking around, seeing what's going on.
You see Lep in a pool of their own blood with many slashing wounds. You see the guardsmen advancing, covered in demon ichor from the north of you. Beyond the statue in the church, you can see a large demon tearing apart townsfolk as a priestess is holding up her holy symbol, attempting to cast spells at it.
Krayley will wait a turn for his plans. That'll be it.
Mavathor.
Alright. Avatar will dash. And then as his bonus action, he is going to use his gift of the chromatic to infuse Krayley's bow with let's say lightning damage.
Ooh.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
Alright. These, guardsmen advance towards you, Sylvie,
Hi.
covered in demon ichor.
Oh, I had some of that stuff too.
A mindless hunger in their eyes. They come towards you and they all stab at you with their spears. 4, 5. The highest roll being a 19 to hit with disadvantage.
19 does hit.
One of them pierces you for 9. All of the rest don't make it through your cloak, the ward of your cloak. The demon in the church continues his fray against townsfolk. Innocent
demon.
souls tearing them to pieces
So sad.
as they scream in pain and agony. And Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. Okay. Well. Alright, okay, we're just gonna start stabbing these guys. We're gonna do Moth Shadow in regular hand and then Fang in offhand. So 15 and 14.
Yes, both 15 hits. 14 hits as well. They both hit.
Okay, I'm gonna stab the guy right in front of me.
Yeah, I'll do some quick. Number 3.
Yeah. For some reason I thought I had Thunder Wave. I guess I don't.
11 total.
Yes, sir.
With 2 quick strikes, you kill one of the guardsmen. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay. 16.
As one of these 5 drops dead, sort of at the last moment, you see the recognition of the hunger kinds of leaves his eyes. You see a quick flash of humanity as he falls down dead. LuLu attempts to punish your mind, but you make the save.
You're punishing me there. Me.
Krayley.
Oh. So Crayley is definitely all about finishing that mission, getting to that goal. But I don't know. Just seeing a lot of these companions, friends, just I don't know. I feel like that starts to get to him a little bit. So Crayley is going to move towards the statue, draw his bow. With Navathor's electric, and just shoot all 3 of his attacks directly at the statue. I guess my question for you is, could I do it at disadvantage?
If you're like right up against it, you could have disadvantage like you would an enemy within 5 feet of a ranged attack.
Okay.
The statue's AC is 17.
Let's hope. Let's see what happens here. So I'm going to make 3 attacks directly at the statue at disadvantage. I'm not going to do sharpshooter, so that I can hopefully hit it. Oh, yep. Disadvantage. Let me double check these rolls. 10.
2 of them hit. They barely chip the statue. Make a wisdom save. You feel a sharp stabbing pain in your mind and take 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, my exhaustion tree.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
Mavathor.
Okay, Mavathor will go up next to Krayley and hit him upside the head with his, just like whack him. Say, I don't believe I have to tell you this, but stop attacking inanimate objects. And he'll drop concentration on his Spirit Guardians and says, now get in there and do something, as he casts a holy weapon on Krayley's bow, and Krayley can make an attack against this demon in here.
Which number?
Oh,
this one
in
over
the
here.
church behind
Yeah.
the statue.
I currently cannot see that. I think it's because I'm directly against the statue.
Yeah.
It,
Oh no.
I'll allow it. Just make the shot.
well, I was gonna say, Voice of Authority is kind of weird because it says any creature that I can see, not necessarily what Krayley can see.
Yeah.
It's weird like that, but
Sometimes you have to implement logic into some things like that sometimes, but it's okay. Just make the shot.
His arrow can curve.
True.
Yeah.
You gave it radiant damage, you said? Or
yeah, 2d8 radiant.
do I still have the Mavathor lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the lightning.
19 hits. 11, 17, 19 total. Okay. Anything else, Mavathor?
Yeah, my shadows will go ahead and move. There. Hold on, let me just there we go. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, the ichor-covered guardsmen continue to attack you, Sylvie. 21,
Okay.
21 for 2 piercing, 18 for 7 piercing, and the other 2 miss
Okay.
as they continue to try
You
to...
said 2 and 7, right?
2 and 7, yeah. 9 total.
Okay.
As they continue to prod you with their spears. Let's see.
Stop poking me.
I think maybe taking an arrow to the back, the demon turns his focus, comes out from the temple, and he will start to attack some of your shadows, Mavathor.
Okay.
One shadow, he will bite a 26 to hit for 7 piercing. And he will make 2 claw attacks, one of them missing, and the second one 16 for 11 slashing. So 18
I
total
assume it's
damage.
magical?
Yes.
Okay.
No, these are natural attacks. They're not magical.
Okay, then they have resistance to that.
18 halved to 9.
Okay, so... Alright, this is...
And Sylvie, you're up.
Okay, so he's gonna disengage. And then... Or using a cunning action, she's gonna disengage. And then... Oh. Move here. And then she... Making sure... I think it'll hit. Yeah. She's gonna use her bow again. 24 to hit.
Yep, that's good.
8 piercing.
All right.
And that's her turn.
Technically, I would consider the shadows your ally, so you could do your sneak attack damage if you'd like.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Okay. 5 sneak.
All right. Krayley.
Krayley will rabbit hop, rabbit hop 20 feet. 10, 15, 20. And then lose 3 attacks on this individual here. With all of Mavathor's bonuses. I will use sharpshooter on these. 2, 3.
Oh.
The first 2
That
hit.
third one. That third one would have been so good.
Good lord. 40.
Mavathor gave me a lot of bonuses.
68. 70 total damage.
Mavathor just wants this fight to end.
2 arrows strike the beast, the demon, for 70 total damage.
Oh.
With sharpshooter engaged, little explode. The arrows sort of explode in a combination of divine and electrical energy as they both hit him.
Like fireworks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mavathor.
Alright. He will move up to get his shadows their bonus, and I'll start to
Yeah.
Actually, it's gonna be there. It doesn't matter. And they will attack.
16 AC.
All right, so 4 hits. Let's see, 7 plus 12, 19, 26. 38 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. The shadows tear the demon to bits, ripping him apart. Anything else?
I'll just kind of look around to see if there's any more demons to speak of.
As far as you can tell, you see no more demons. The only thing left that you see is the guardsman slathered in demon ichor. You hear a voice call out from inside of the temple. Who is it out there? Friend or foe?
These demons, so I hope we're friendly.
Yeah, but you're commanding those shadows. You'll forgive me if I'm suspicious.
They're chill shadows.
Yes, I command them, which is why you should trust me to not sick them on you. And also, if we wanted to, we could have just let these demons rampage here, but we didn't.
I mean, he's got a point.
She kind of steps 1 foot out of the door and she says, then we welcome your help, strangers. And she I guess the only thing she could really do is cast a guiding bolt. She'll cast a guiding bolt at one of the demon ichor covered guardsmen.
No, you'll be attacked.
She knocks one of them off their feet with her guiding bolt, and you see her like grab her forehead as she takes 1 level of exhaustion. She says, "What is going on?" The guardsmen, they continue to hound after you, Sylvie.
Hi.
Trying to stab you with their spears.
You could poke someone's eye out with those. Should put those away.
22 to hit for 5, 18 to hit for 9, and miss.
Okay. So 14.
And you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna disengage and run. I don't want to be attacked again by the psychic force. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hold on. I'm going in the church where it's safe. Alright, that's my turn.
You can make an insight check, Sylvie, if you wanted to, maybe with advantage.
Okay.
Because you have experienced the effects of Demon Ichor before, directly.
Okay. What you said, insight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
21.
21. These guardsmen, you know, they seem to be under the effects of being coated in demon ichor. You know, you've seen that perhaps maybe in Lulu's mind here, she views these people as innocent victims and not as demons. And maybe there's some other way to deal with them besides killing them outright.
Sylvie turns to Mabitha and goes, "Hey, try using lesser restoration on them."
He'll nod and say to the priestess, see if you can't try to partition Lathander to clear their putrescence.
She will attempt an action of that nature. Krayley, go ahead.
When I was hitting the statue, it just looked like it was crumbling. Nothing special.
Yeah, leaving, arrowhead marks as if you would shoot like an arrowhead into a piece of stone, leaving scrapes against it. It was damaging it, but the statue has a lot of hit points.
Okay. Krayley's gonna do something super fucking rude. Because I feel like he knows this isn't necessarily... I feel like he knows this is a memory, as you mentioned. He's going to run up to Lep and slap him. And see if anything happens.
Yeah, your paw is covered in his blood.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, slapping a dead man.
His head.
Kylie, if he wakes up, he's probably gonna slap you back, right?
I hoped. At least it was something. And that'll be my turn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The priestess, she walks towards the statue of Zariel, and she lays her hand on it, and she begins to mutter prayers to Lathander. Morning, Lord, please, in this hour of need, I hope you can hear me as Idleglen burns. We need you now more than ever. And there's a pulse of radiant energy from the statue. The 3 guardsmen covered in demon ichor, their eyes kind of roll back into their head and they fall unconscious to the ground. The priestess, she wipes her brow of sweat and she looks like she's about to say something, and then you all hear a woman's voice enter your mind that says, "Nice work. Take a break. You've got an hour before the really bad stuff happens."
Excuse me?
What?
So give me a sec here. I'll be right back. If you need to get a drink or something, feel free. I'll just be back in a quick second, and we'll resolve some things.
Okay.
Just like 30 seconds.
I will be right
Sylvie's over here going, "Well, if you could do that, why did you bring her friend back?"
Fair. Oh
Poor
my
Lep.
god. I know. I really thought slapping him would do something.
I was really hoping it would too.
Oh. Yeah. Gosh.
There's nothing I can do.
Same. Okay, here we go.
You know, in a way, it's fitting that this is how it ends.
He died trying to protect the dog.
I mean, it's like I said, history ended up repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe he'll come back as undead or something. I would hate to make a new character.
Yeah. It'd be the Undead Squad.
Oh my god.
And we'll just have to kill Mavathor and bring him back up
Yeah,
from the dead.
that's fine.
I think he'd destroy us all before we'd get to that point, though.
Yeah.
Um, the priest turns to those of you still living, and she says, I don't know who you are, but I'd like to thank you for your aid, heroes. You arrived in our darkest hour. Perhaps you are the answer to my prayers.
Well, for your sake, I hope not, because I feel like this is a pretty sad outcome.
She says, it is sad indeed, but you know, sometimes they say it's darkest before the dawn. I'm sure that we will find strength. But I'm sorry for your friend.
Yeah, so this lady who was in our head, you know, she told us there was something bigger that was gonna happen. If she can, like, say that stuff, can't she bring our friend back?
She looks at you, kind of confused, and she looks like she's about to respond to you. And before she does, she's interrupted from behind you all, and you hear a familiar voice say, I don't think she can, but maybe I can help. Even if Mabithor thinks I don't have a heart. And you guys see Dolos step out of the shadows. As you first met him, he is wearing a tattered brown robe. He has his mask on, with his hood up over his head as he walks.
I run up to him and give him a hug.
He pats you on the back. You notice that he's got a thick chain over his shoulders, and hanging from the chains are a few lanterns. And one of them has 2 souls in it. one of them is flickering different colored lights, and another one is just a steady thrumming purple, and another one has a little white soul glowing in it, and a third hanging near his waist has one that's flickering a kind of a soft green color. And he says, I'd like to tell you all what I've learned about death. The choices you make in this world are something you will be constantly reminded of in the afterlife. Someone I loved once tried to show me that I could make different choices. But I was too selfish to learn in time. I was trying to save the world for him. We don't get to choose the life we're born into. And he walks over to Dolos, or he walks over to Lep as he's speaking, and he kneels down and he reaches out towards the lantern, and the little pulsing globe kind of floats out through the glass into his palm, and he holds it over Lep and lets it go, and it sort of drops down into his body. And Lep, your eyes open up. You awaken from death, and the strange figure stands up above you and kind of walks a few steps away, and he says, we don't get to choose what we were born into, but I've learned in death that we do get to choose who we are, even though I learned it too late. I've paid a high price, but I wanted to remind you all that it's the choices you make in this life that will follow you to the next one. And he takes a few steps towards you, Sylvie, and he says, you always saw the best in me, Sylvie. This is the least I could do for you. And he holds his hand towards one of the lanterns, and the two little globes of light float out into his palm. And he says, this is going to make Belle angry. And one of them flows into you, the little purple one, and he returned your soul.
Oh.
I knew you'd been looking for this. And he hands the other one towards you.
It's my sister, isn't it?
I don't know what you're going to do with her, but maybe now that she's back in your hands, you don't have to keep making the same choices that I did. And the little soul is kind of there in your palm. And he takes a few steps towards you, Krayley.
I backed up.
He says,
I'm just
he says,
just a little bit like scared. I don't know.
oh, Bunny, you don't have to be afraid. I won't be here for long. And he sort of kneels down and he reaches towards the lantern with the little white soul in it. And he says, I failed. And if you keep going down the path you're on, I just don't want you to follow in my footsteps. And he holds out his hand. And he says, your mother says she loves you.
No.
And for the one that's still living, you need to be brighter than I could. And he, tosses the soul out of his palm and it floats towards you.
I don't know how Dolos. I thought I was making the right decisions. But if you can do all this, why not come back to us? Why not come back for Thirstwell?
He says, I serve the Lord of Bones now, but I've done him enough favors that he owed me this one. And then he goes over and he reaches his hand down for you, Lep, to help you up off the ground.
Lep tries to speak, but he just takes it. I think he gives him a hug, and his mouth is opening and closing, and he's crying, and he's
Dolos pulls his hood down, and this flowing black hair kind of falls down around his shoulders. And then he tips his head and pulls off his mask, and when he looks up, you can see his eyes are these two big black pools. And he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, hello, brother.
Hi.
He says, I know like me, you're afraid. You didn't choose your life. And even though our mother's heart beats in your chest, you don't have to be like her. You don't have to be like me. I know that you've never had anyone count on you before. But it's not just these people anymore who were once my friends. It's everyone. You might not realize it yet. I know that you were just given back all of your memories, and that can be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the choices you make here and now that are going to follow you into the next life. And some choices you can never escape. And he puts his mask back on. He pulls his hood back up. And he says, I might not have a heart, Mavathor. But I still cared. Maybe not at first, but eventually. I just didn't care enough before it was too late.
Yes, and now that you're dead, the I'm sure the prospect of spending eternity away from your one true love is less than ideal.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So I won't try. He says, the world still needs you all. Thirstwell, Baldur's Gate, El Terrell, LuLu, even Zariel.
If Thirstwell needs you, Tolos.
Send him my love, will you? And, he, reaches into his robe and he pulls out a golden chain with a half sun on it. And he says, I took this from someone who didn't deserve their fate. Maybe it can protect you all. And he puts it over Lep's neck. And he kind of holds the end of the chain and looks at you through his mask, Lep, and he says, Chaos is not your friend. And he lets it go, and he says, I love you all. Make good choices. And he sort of dissipates into a little cloud of smoke that mingles in with the burning trees around you.
Rayleigh will collapse onto his knees and just start crying. A little bit of a
Lip
cry
follows.
baby. Oh my fucking god.
And
Lip completely follows, and he just, oh god.
Sylvie goes over to Crayley and just starts hugging him and sobbing.
I hug you
It's
back.
her.
I hug you back. Oh my god.
And Mavithur's just chilling.
He's like, yeah, he was a murderer. And to be fair,
I'll give it a rest.
Please.
that is where we'll end our session this week.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm crying.
I was crying too.
Yeah, I was really close.
Oh, god. You
Sorry,
made
serious
me
question.
speechless.
Lep, the Captain Lightheart's necklace provides you a permanent protection from evil and good.
Like,
Oh,
okay, wait, like an at-will casting of it, or just like the effect?
No, as long as you're wearing it, you have the effects.
Okay, I'll add that. I need to get some tissues.
It's emotional.
Sylvie, I think that, your sister's soul flows into you as well. And you feel, like a rush of positive emotion flow through your body. This thing that's just been out of your reach. You feel, even after all of these years, all of the things that you've been through and your sister's soul have been through, there is still a goodness and a light to your sister's soul that makes you whole again. Maybe for the first time since she died, along with your family. and was trapped in a soul coin. The long journey that she's made, you feel your twin flame reunited within yourself, and you feel a bit lighter. I think the wings on your back become butterfly wings.
Oh.
And yeah, that's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh.
Gotta update my character picture.
Yes.
I'm just seeing if I can do it to you every week, you know?
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys enjoy
Gotta change your glamour weave and everything.
the rest of your evening, and don't forget that next week when we play, that's when the bad stuff will happen. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.